name's Lillian and I'm 6. Sometimes I write stories at school. I like story time.
An orangutan to knock down.
Sometimes I play with my friends. Mum takes me swimming and it's fun. I do ballet with my friends. I ride on my bike outside. I like the horn and the bell. Sometimes at night I have to wear my braces. That's helping my legs get strong.
When Lillian was born, it was 20 to midnight. Yeah, I knew pretty much straight away that things weren't quite right. Her fingers were quite bent over, her shoulders were rolled forward and her legs were bent at quite different angles. They did a brain scan and they told me that that was as good as it was going to get, the most reaction and the most of anything that I was going to ever get out of her. They thought that she had brain atrophy. At one point they told me that she probably wouldn't see her first birthday. With the condition that she's got, there's 2 types, and one type don't see their first birthday and the other type grow up to be really quite valuable and wonderful members of society like Lil. Once we got to Melbourne, things did start to change. So yeah, it went from her not being able to walk or talk or sit up or do anything ever to them going, all right, well, this is what she has. And between now and when she's 4, you need to work really hard on her flexibility and her strength. And what we get between 0 and 4 is what Lillian will maintain, will have all her life as long as we keep using it. Lots of strapping. We used to have to strap her hands like that for 18, 20 hours a day. So she couldn't do anything. She couldn't hold anything. She slept with, and she still does, she sleeps with braces on her legs that push her knees straight. And that's so that she doesn't end up not being able to straighten her knee for walking. We did physio nearly every week for probably 4 or 5 years, pretty much every week, and there was lots of stretching Lillian and lots of pushing her past her boundaries. Trying to get her to stand up, trying to get her to roll. It took a long time for her even to roll over. Lil always likes to push herself. I think Lillian would love to be just like everyone else. She often says to me, I want to run and jump and skip like the other kids do. So if you put something in front of Lil that the other kids do, she will battle with it until she can do it.
Righto, Miss Lil, would you like to read yours?
Up into the tree. Full stop.
Give her a clap!
School's been fabulous. School has bent over backwards to cater for Lillian from the day one.
Yeah?
They've got lots of little kids around the school that have their wheelchair licence and they get to push Lillian around in the wheelchair if Lil needs help. All the kids want to be with her, want to be around her because she's so happy all the time and she's just a bright little spark. So wherever you go, people fall in love with her. Physio, it's been very constant all through our life and now it's got to the point where she's walking aided in the frame and we start to work on like climbing steps. The physio also keeps a pretty close eye on whether we wear the braces at night or not. Bracing has been a big part, a huge part of Lillian's life. She hates it. She hates it and it's really hard as a parent to say you have to do it.
No.
And the bracing, it will be forever. We've swum at least once a week, pretty much every week since Lillian was probably 5 or 6 months old. She just loves the pool and just that freedom of not having to be held by something or, and just being able to straighten out when you want to and roll over and swim over there and swim over there. just this term she's started to get the water to a certain level around her and she can walk, and she thinks that is just the best thing in the world. Lillian asked years and years ago if she could dance, and I said, yeah, all right, let's dance. So this year we enrolled in ballet. I kind of wonder what kind of crazy mother would let her disabled child do ballet, but Lillian just adores it. She talks about it all the time, and she practices in her walker doing her little knee bends and stuff, and she loves the swishy skirt. They've done heaps. It's been great, and Lillian just loves it. Whenever I ask the doctors, will Lil ever work, will she ever walk, they go, maybe. So I don't think we'll ever see her, you know, walking down the supermarket, but maybe around the house. Lifting's been a huge part of our life. It was very easy when you could hold her in that arm, do it all. But yeah, as she's grown and she's got bigger and bigger, that just gets harder and harder. She's 20-something kilos now. I'm doing, I don't know how many lifts a day. I lift her out of bed, into the wheelchair, up to the table, into the bath, you know, toileting, all that. Into the car, it's getting really difficult because of the space. I hit her head quite a bit. I go, I'm sorry. She goes, I know, Mum, I know. We need a bigger car. I go, yep. And it's getting to the point too where sometimes I just don't go out because, yeah, I don't know how many lifts I'm going to have to do when I get there. I know that I'm going to have to lift her in and out of the car, and I just go, no, you know. So to be able to like just, you know, lift down a tray and push Lillian up into the car would be amazing. It would be so good. And yeah, I'll cry. It's really hard work. Yeah.
You ready? 1, 2, 3. There you go.
The one I want is a Kia Carnival, and I want it because it just looks like a family car. They take the bottom out, they put a hydraulic ramp in, and you just push the wheelchair up. It's so easy. There's no lifting. She gets to stay in her wheelchair, which is much more comfortable than, you know, a seat for however long, you know, all the trips to Melbourne and stuff. Yeah. New, $80,000. Might be able to pick up a good second-hand one. When you see her do stuff that you were told she would never do, it is just beautiful. There's so many moments of tears and joy and just do it again, while you get the video camera, quick, you know, let's show Granny. But no, look, it's beautiful. It's amazing watching her develop and yeah, grow into a beautiful little girl.
Can we go outside and ride our bike?
When Helen's ready.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
She's already done.
Okay, all right. Well,
Yes.